I have no doubt H bar will reach all-time high of 58 cents, but it's going to have pullbacks along the way, just like every other one of these altcoins as people rotate and they've extracted as much profit as possible going to the next shiny new toy.
Precisely, precisely. And one interesting thing that I was also looking at is Dogecoin. So let's
Yep.
take a look at Dogecoin and see, because Dogecoin right now is chopping. It's choppy, choppy, choppy. But it reminds me,
Yeah.
like, Dogecoin always gets choppy like this before it goes full vertical. Like, it will get choppy. Like, in your brain, you want to quit. Like, even I closed out one of my positions on Doge because I was like, right, if we go down, we're going to go down massive. That's going to be a great opportunity. Um, but I don't want people to sleep on it. So even though, like, yeah, even if you might have been stopped out, whatever, um, don't sleep on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's take a look at it, the price
Yeah.
action.
So Dogecoin. So actually, we actually call it Dogecoin in the trenches, and it actually went up to 46 cents. So people, I mean, even on 3x leverage, people could have made some good money on that. I think that was almost a 30% move, roughly
Yep.
25%. And then we had the retracement because Bitcoin wasn't behaving and everything else kind of dropped for a little bit. Now, I will say, usually after XRP pumps, about a week later, we see Ethereum pump, Doge pump, and a lot of other coins pump. What I will say with Dogecoin is there's two scenarios here. And funny enough, we actually bounced exactly off this trend line, off this ascending triangle, which if anyone is
Which
able to get that,
confirms,
congratulations.
yeah,
Yeah,
which
100%.
confirms that this is the pattern.
Yes. And so this is an ascending triangle pattern. Basically, all an ascending triangle is, it needs multiple lines of resistance, multiple lines of support as a trend line. And so it's bouncing. It tried to break above. Again, this was the breakout that was supposed to happen if Bitcoin behaved. It didn't.
Yes.
So we actually retraced back to the downside. So what you want to see eventually is for Dogecoin to break above this ascending triangle, and then it's absolutely going to send. And really, if it could close the daily above 45 cents, that would be more advantageous for a breakout. But nonetheless, I think that, like you said, Tyrell, this confirmation of trendline support bounce here, it kind of confirms that we are in this ascending triangle and eventually we are going to pop. And so the only downside I would say for Doge is if this is maybe a head and shoulders pattern where, like this says, it goes up to this resistance that forms
Yep.
the right shoulder, and then we actually break down. Or it goes up to this right shoulder near 43, 44 cents, breaks down, but then retests this 41 cent level as support, and then shoots off and sends, which would be, in another week or so. But
All
yeah,
before the end of
I'm on the
this
same
month, by
page
the
as
way.
you.
All before the end of this month. Like,
Yes.
with a lot of these moves, one thing I've realized is that, especially now with transition, so let's say the past 3 months, I would consider everything before the past 3 months not altcoin season. I would consider everything from the past last three, even the last 2 months, altcoin season. I think it's very clear that's the state of the market that we're in. When we have seen dumps, we've seen massive, massive pumps after. Like, if you pull up the Bitcoin chart
Yeah.
and then just look at, like, each month, and then look at, like, the price action on each month, open, like on the first week, and then how we ended the month is like completely different state of the market compared to what we was doing. Like, especially, like, yeah, these lower time frames just yeah, they put the
Okay. So that's September, October, November, and August. So yeah. So basically, the beginning of the month, you may have a little downside. Beginning of September, a little down. Beginning of October, little down, and then November, it just shot up. And December right now, potentially a little down, but we can see that usually happens even on September, which was start of the green month. You see, it was red even for the first week, and then we just shot up. Even October, a little red for the first week, and then we shot up. So December, maybe a little red for the first week, and then shooting up.
exactly, like, that first, like, week is like, meh, okay, like, okay, it's pullback, and everybody's on like their waves. You see, oh, it's the fifth wave. It's the fifth wave, guys. I'm going down.
That fifth wave, and then
Yeah, yeah. And like then it's like then the next video is like, oh no, these are my top five picks. You know, and it's just stupid, right?
forget the last video. Yeah, I never
Yeah,
said it was going
yeah,
down.
like
Forget it. Forget it. Yeah.
yeah, it doesn't make sense, right? So, oh wow, we're getting super chats like crazy. What's this one? Someone
Oh,
said
okay.
£10. £10 is $15. Said,
Oh,
could you? Okay, so people keep asking about Hooktoir. So he said, we've already we've already explained that, bro. Like Hooktoir, if you want to buy it, you can see it right here on Twitter. That's how you
yeah.
find
Here,
it
let
when
me.
it drops.
Here's the okay. So for the Huck Tua coin, long story short, it's launching tomorrow at 5 p.m. EST. That's about 22 hours from now. And Haley Welch is launching it. It's going to be on Solana. And yeah, basically, it's just a community coin. She wants to introduce inclusivity, onboarding her audience in the crypto world by distributing free tokens, yada yada. And basically, what we talked about with the Huck Tua coin, just be careful, guys. Like, yes, it's going to pump, but it's going to dump even harder because her whole team has tokens. She has tokens. A lot of insiders have tokens. There's probably going to be people with early contract addresses. So they're going to be sniping in the beginning. So don't expect it to go to 100, 200, 300 mil. Like, if you can get a 2x out of it, at least take your initials out ASAP. Or if you want to buy on dips, if there's some dips within the first 5, 10 minutes, probably take those because it's probably going to pump for at least a couple hours. But just be careful. That's my advice.
Yeah, tread water carefully on these influencer coins because you can only like I always say even with people now, like I've changed my even my networking approach. I will only judge people by their past like performances, right? So if I meet somebody and they're like, right, I've done all of this. I will go verify that. So they're like, right, okay, I've built these companies. I launched this meme coin, and this meme coin went to 30 mil. I'll be like, okay, cool. I'll go have a look at it. I'll ask the team. I'll do some referrals, and I'll be like, okay, this is like their past performances. So that's what I can expect out of this, right? So if the last five projects have failed, your sixth one, it's probably going to be a failure. I'm probably still going to invest, but that's how I've set my mindset and expectations. With these meme coins that these influencers are launching, there's been probably, let's say, 15 influence coins that I can think about, like, Little Pump, all these other ones, right? And there's been two which have been successful. So that's like less than that's like a 10% chance. Let's just say 10% chance that this is successful too. Because all the other influencer coins were hyped. I remember Jason Derulo's coin being like, yo, oh my God, it's Jason Derulo. Jason Derulo. It's like, everybody knows the phrase, like, this is going to the moon, da 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 da. I was smoking a shisha at the time and I was like, yeah. I think I invested, I made like 5K and I was like, right, cheated it. And then 2 weeks later, it was gone. It was like zero. And Jason Derulo launched like three more coins after that. So you can only judge it by past ones. So the past few influencer memes have been a flop. So expect this one to be a flop too, even with all the hype. Don't bet the house on it. Just be cautious with the risk that you take on it.
Yeah, 100%. Because right now, the big narrative or the big, like everyone, all the attention is on Dino coins and
Yes.
L1s. And so, yes, if this was in the middle of the meme craze, yes, Hawk would have went crazy. But we aren't really in that main phase where meme coins are pumping left and right. Like Solana is still taking a back burner. Yes, you have the ETF news that came out where there's more people applying for it. Grayscale applied for a Solana ETF, but it's just that's not where everything is pumping right now. And so that's why I hesitate to say just be careful. Don't like only invest what you can afford to lose on this meme coin. Don't bet your whole portfolio, maybe 5% of your portfolio or less because there's no telling how much it's going to pump, but it's definitely going to dump. It's just a matter of when, how long after launch. And so, yeah, my bet would be buy it on the dump because there's going to be a lot of snipers in it. So don't try to get in right when it launches. You're probably going to get in an extremely high valuation. Buy like when those snipers and those insiders end up selling, then you can probably make some money off of it. But if you try to buy it on launch whenever everyone else is buying it, you probably won't make as much as if you would have bought the dip within the first 5 minutes. That's just my advice for it. But Yeah. Besides that, right now.